Alright, so back, oh, move that out of the way. Back from camping, had a great time, did a fair bit of art. I'm going to show you some stuff I did. This bag that I took was brilliant. It was a good size. It fit everything in perfectly, and it made it just easier to go through. Couple of things about it. The stuff I didn't use any of my collage papers, which, knowing my luck, if I hadn't taken it, I would have needed them. Would have worn them, you know what I mean? So I didn't use them. The other thing I didn't use at all was any of my acrylic paints. So I'm like, well, is there any point taking them? What I did use instead is my gouache palette. It's got, I pre-mixed a heap of these colors from gouache tubes I've got. And that's all I needed. But I do super bright stuff most of the time anyway. So this was well and truly sufficient for me. So I'm not sure exactly what the solution is there. I think the gouache palette's probably the best solution there. So yeah, I literally just, all of the tubes of paint are here. The other thing I probably won't take next time, my A3 sketchbook. It was just too big for the caravan. Even on my table, like we have quite a big table where two people can very comfortably eat dinner on it, across from each other. When it was open, my table is pretty much, that's as wide as the table is. So I kind of felt like it was hard to use, but I did do one artwork. I wanted to try and use it. So I did the very first page. I actually like how it went. While we were there was actually an art shop. And I live in a town where we have an art shop, but not a very big one. So it was kind of nice to be at a nice big art shop. And I bought this fluorescent pink ink. And I bought this like warm red, which is very different to the pink. This warm red gouache there too, and then this was a drawing where I dunked the charcoal in and then drew. I don't know if it was blind contour or not, but I actually really love that koala. He looks really cool. It might be blind contour, I'm not sure. It's a bit too accurate. I think I was just sketching. But yeah, I did the first one. I find making ugly art's a great way to overcome your fear of the first blank page. So I felt it was just too big, and then even finding somewhere to let that dry, the background and the sketch it was just hard. It was too hard to find. So I don't think I might even take an A4. A4 was all right because I had one in the caravan that I forgot about. I've been looking for it for ages and didn't realize it was already in the caravan. So I used it while we were away as well. These little tins where I put my soft pastels and oil pastels were brilliant because I could literally, I'd open them up and just set them up like this, and then I had my watercolor palette there next to it and my gouache and then my charcoal, and like it made it easy to use. And easy to locate my materials in the bag. So changes I'd make is I probably wouldn't take the acrylic paint, just use the gouache, and not take the big A3 sketchbook because it was just too big. So let's have a little look at the sketches I did do. So I took my camera to film some like example activities for my YouTube video that I released last week. So like I did a lot of where I dipped my charcoal into the water and then drew with it because that was kind of cool, and it was easy to do because I had like, I made sure I took a dedicated cup for art supplies water, and it was easy, it was good. I quite enjoyed doing that. Oh yeah, this was me just putting down some of that ink of my new gouache, seeing how it went together. Yeah, it's alright. You know, I don't think they go well together necessarily, but then again that contrast is kind of nice too. That was good. Did more than that. These haven't been sealed, so they're kind of very, very smudgy, but I did a couple of charcoal drawings there where I applied water after I did them. One day there we went down to the river to do some fishing. The fish were not biting, so I literally did some sketches of the river. I'll do a close-up of these ones. So yeah, some sketches of the river. And my purpose was to scribble these down. I was just observing. So I did quite a few of them. On this page I've got another landscape at the river, but also my partner doing his fishing. I thought I'd just draw him quickly. Then another one of him fishing there. And then I just drew some of the flowers and stuff that was down there by the river. There's this one particular grassy plant. It had these like little knobbly yellow flowers on it. I thought that was cool. And then I just started drawing things that I could see. So this was like the things that my partner's dad took down to the river. There was a basket and he had a tub of worms, and then we took our a water jug down there to take some river water back so we could have just a makeshift shower with it. And then that was a little reel, a butter container, and then some plants and stuff with the river behind it. And then that one's my shoe, as you do. I was also sitting by the fire and sketching it because we have this amazing fire and it just was beautiful. And a couple of nights we put, you know, the magic fire pouches in, so it changes the color of the flames. So I chose these pages just to do some quick sketches of the fire. Nothing fantastic. They were super fast. That was not necessarily a blind contour, but it was a contour. I didn't take my pencil off the page. There were some other kids there drawing, and I thought, I'm going to draw too. And they were looking at it, and they're like, oh my gosh, it looks really cool. And I'm like, mate, that looks like a scribble. I'm just observing. This is me having fun in my sketchbook. It doesn't have to look perfect. And they were like, oh. And so it was actually really kind of a cool moment. A couple more. That one's got the camp oven on the fire there. And there were these llamas, and I took some great photos of these llamas. That's one that I just was having a play around with. I think that was with my Pentel Pocket Brush Pen. I think. I'm sure. I thought I did more in this sketchbook. I have to admit, I didn't do as much sketching in my sketchbook as I wanted to. So this is the sketchbook I had in the caravan I forgot about. I made this, this is a specialty sketchbook I made for myself. Because I love using soft pastels and charcoal, but the decent paper to use them on is quite expensive, and I get really sick of spraying every single page. I don't want to. I find it's a waste of money because I have to spray every page. It's a necessary evil sometimes, but that's why I made this one. So every second page has a sheet of tracing paper. Now that's not for drawing on, that's for protecting the drawings. So and then the craft paper I used, I screen printed a layer of soft pastel ground. So yeah, so this was a drawing I did. This is a blind contour drawing of my dog that wasn't there. Yeah, and so it's a clear pastel ground. It's not a colored one. So yeah, so then if you turn the page, I didn't draw on that one, but it's both sides of the paper has the pastel ground, and then again here another sheet of tracing paper. It's just cheapy tracing paper from the $2 shop. This was another play around sketch. It was a koala. Like I said, I was filming, but you can see because I've got this here, yeah, a little bit transfers to this paper, but it's not like in my other sketchbook where it just smooshes together and they end up ruining each other. So I found that it's been kind of nice to not have to spray all the time as well. So yeah, I did that koala there. And I thought I did another one. No, apparently not. So yeah, I'm going to use this sketchbook a lot more. I think that's all I did. I'm sure there was more. There's definitely more. I know that I can picture another one. Oh, because there was another sketchbook I took, that's why. So it was kind of nice having multiple sketchbooks so that I could let them dry. I actually have no idea what I've done with my other sketchbook that I took with me. I've obviously put it down somewhere and I have no idea where. So I'll see if I can find some footage of me making those other artworks that I did. I definitely did some dunking of chalk pastel in the water because I wanted to see how it turned out. But I cannot find it anywhere. I have no idea where it is. We haven't finished fully unpacking yet, which is crazy because we've been back for nearly 2 weeks now. So, so I'll get cracking on that. I might find it. Join me over on Instagram if you want to see maybe what they look like. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not sure where it is. Cool. Thanks for joining me. Let me know if you do some packing and do some art while you're camping. I'd love to hear about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.